Joining us for a conversation is Scott Petzel, the president of Metallic Minerals. Mr. Petzel, thank you for joining us today, sir.
Maurice, it's great to be here as always, and I appreciate your time.
Well, it's a great time to be speaking with you as we just had some major news coming out of the Keno Hill Silver District involving the acquisition of your neighbor Alexco Resources by Hecla Mining. Let's discuss the details and see how this transaction may impact Metallic shareholders. Before we begin, Mr. Petzel, please introduce us to Metallic Minerals and the opportunity the company presents to shareholders.
Well, Metallic Minerals is a precious and base metal focused exploration and development company with two key assets. The first asset is our Keno Silver Project in the central part of the Yukon. It's a silver, lead, zinc, high-grade silver producing district. Our second key asset is our Plata project in southwest Colorado, which is a silver, copper, gold project where we recently announced in April a near billion-pound copper equivalent resource.
Well, let's jump right into it, sir. Mr. Petzel, take us into the Keno Hill Silver District, where it's just been announced that Hecla Mining has acquired your neighbor, Alexco Resources. I understand that shareholders are excited about the transaction, and your offices have been inundated with a number of inquiries. Sir, walk us through the basics of this transaction.
Well, I think it's really good news for the district and really good news for Metallic Minerals. We can't forget that Alexco, in the 10 or so years that they've been working in the district, was able to be remarkably successful in their exploration campaign, outlining over 120 million ounces of silver reserves and resources. And that is really to be lauded. In that same amount of time, they're able to get some operating mines up and running. And, you know, the fact that Hecla recognizes the Keno Silver District as a key acquisition for them in terms of their silver profile. They're already America's largest primary silver producer and the third largest silver producer in the world. As they acquire Alexco and get their teeth into the Keno Silver District, that will make them North America's largest producer. And those deposits, are the highest grade by 2 times of their existing producing operations at Lucky Friday and Greens Creek.
Now, how does Metallic Minerals view this transaction, and what could this potentially mean for the company and your shareholders?
Well, I think it really brings a lot more attention to the district, having a major, historic, old producer. It's one of the oldest producers in North America. Recognize this value, and as they come in and they bring deeper pockets, more experience, a broad width of experience in terms of developing these narrow, high-grade underground mining operations on these Keno style veins, and that's going to benefit us because more recognition of the district, but also the same applies with Hecla as it did with Alexco, where we have the opportunity to either look at toll milling opportunities as they expand their mill, if they decide to do that, or they may want to acquire some of these assets that we're moving towards resources. They currently only have an 8-year mine life at the Alexco operation, and they're going to continue to be hungry to replace those resources that are mined with new reserves and resources. And we're the obvious target. We've got half the district, second largest land package in the district behind what will be Hecla after Alexco, and we're continuing to make new discoveries and advance our certain targets towards resource delineation very successfully here in the coming season.
Yeah, this is definitely some welcoming news. I'm a shareholder, and I was excited when I heard about it myself. Staying in the district, let's visit Metallic Minerals' high-grade Keno Silver Project, which hosts both the ultra-high-grade silver veins typically associated with the district, but also the more recently discovered disseminated bulk tonnage style mineralization. Talk to us about what the company is working on and what you have planned for the next 3 and 6 months at the project.
Well, we've had great success in our exploration work over the past few years. In the Keno Silver District, again, we've got the second largest land package in the district behind Hecla, and we've got over 30 targets that we've been looking at and trying to advance at various stages Three of those targets are what we would term advanced stage projects that are near resource delineation. And we're expecting this year to launch a drill program very soon to advance those targets to a resource stage. Those targets being our Formo target in the West Keno District, the Caribou target in the central part of the Keno Silver District, and then the Fox target in the east area. And along with that, we're still advancing our understanding of these systems, these disseminated bulk mineable potential systems that have widths up to 112 meters wide and grades, over 30 grams per ton, which is well above cutoff grade for typical open pit silver mines or gold mines of an equivalent size. So we have this opportunity to really advance those disseminated bulk mineable targets and learn to understand them and how they might actually feed into a resource stage and eventual economic evaluation, but also to continue to explore on these resource potential narrow, high-grade silver lead zinc veins that are traditionally typical in the district.
Well, moving south to Colorado, Mr. Petzel, take us on to your second project, the La Plata, which back in April announced an inaugural mineral resource estimate of almost 1 billion pounds of copper equivalent. What are the latest developments there?
Well, 1 billion pounds, it's a lot of copper, but we're not done yet. We're just getting started. You think about the fact that, as we talked before, the La Plata district here was a historic district that was mined on the epithermal narrow silver gold and telluride veins that were discovered prior to the turn of the century, actually by Spanish explorers back in the 1700s. In the 1940s, the War Powers Act shut down those small mines, and in the 50s through the 70s, the majors came in and they identified this porphyry copper center and did about 15,000 meters of drilling on that, but they had a very limited land package. And as things progressed, they walked away. We were able to acquire the project, which really represents about 2/3 of the district, in 2019. We've climbed on the backs of the majors, Rio Tinto and Freeport, and the work that they did in the 50s and the 70s, and been able to apply more modern exploration techniques, because no work's been done in that district of any substance in over 50 years. So it's really a garden paradise for us as exploration geologists to dig in and learn new things and make new discoveries. And in fact, we're launching a geophysical program right now to follow up on some work that was done by Gold Spot Discoveries using AI technologies to help identify these 16 new potential porphyry centers that have never been tested historically. We're refining those targets with the geophysics, and we're looking forward to launching a drill program in the coming weeks on that project to both expand the Allard porphyry system resource, but also test some of these new potential porphyry centers with drilling.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Just ballpark-wise, from a news flow standpoint, when do you think we might get some results back?
Well, I believe that both projects are probably slated for results as early as September and as late as December, and probably filtering in through the fall here. As soon as we get some in, we'll definitely let you know.
Looking forward to it. Finally, Metallic Minerals has a rather innovative portfolio of alluvial gold production royalties in the legendary Klondike gold fields near Dawson City, Yukon. People might be aware of the Gold Rush show, which is largely filmed in the vicinity. What is the latest on that front?
Well, this is a really exciting portfolio, and we don't talk about it maybe enough because we're really trying to establish some operators on the creeks that we have, Australia Creek and Melba Creek, and they represent over 25 miles of opportunity that was unmined historically because it was held in reserve for water and power for the remainder of the Klondike District. That restriction came off, and we've ended up with this property, and it's basically virgin ground. We've had some operators in there in the recent past, and we're looking to have at least 2 operators this summer working towards production to establish that royalty income for us as we move forward on our other projects.
And if you wouldn't mind, please share what is the royalty on there? What percentage?
It's a 10 to 12%, which is more typical in the alluvial field than say your traditional 1 to 2% NSR royalty in a mining operation.
Absolutely. Leaving the projects, let's look at some numbers. Sir, please provide us with an update on the capital structure for Metallic Minerals.
Yeah, we're about a $50 million market cap right now. We've got 147 million shares outstanding. We just did a raise of a little over $4 million less than a month ago. Most of that was in flow-through financing, which helps to support our operations in Canada. With the latest quarterly statement, we've got about $7 million in the bank, which is more than enough to fully fund our activities that are planned for this year with our drill programs at both Keno and La Plata. And we're excited to get those going and get some results back and move the company forward.
Before we close, Mr. Petzel, what would you like to say to shareholders?
This is a really good time, I think, to be a Metallic Minerals shareholder. Obviously, the markets have not been great, but we're well positioned with some really strong assets, some great news in the Keno district with respect to Hecla coming in and acquiring Alexco and bringing new life to the district. And we're well positioned to supply them with the resource upside and the exploration upside as it becomes available and as we continue to do our work. So exciting times.
Last question. What did I forget to ask?
My favorite color is silver, Maurice.
There we go.
I really like silver, but no, I think you covered it pretty well. And again, this is just re-emphasizing the idea that Hecla's acquisition of Alexco represents opportunity for us because of the strength of Hecla, the depth of their team, the depth of their pockets, their ability to recognize value in metallic, and understanding that metallic's ground and the work that we're doing is eventual mill feed, whether it's as a toll scenario or acquisition of those resources or acquisition of the Keno Silver Project in the future by Hecla, or for some other company that understands the importance of the silver based on the recognition of what Hecla's doing. And so lots of opportunity there, and it's something we're going to continue to pursue and be opportunistic about to try and bring the best value to our shareholders that we can.
Mr. Petzel, for someone that wants to get more information on Metallic Minerals, please share the contact details.
Our website is www.mmngsilver.com, and all our contact information is there on the website. There's some presentations available as well as information on the projects.
Mr. Petzel, it's always a pleasure to speak with you. Wishing you and Metallic Minerals the absolute best, sir.
Thank you very much, Maurice.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.